Is your company ready to have a Chief Wellbeing Officer? In this video, I'm going to talk about why I believe that Chief Wellbeing Officers, or the equivalent, is going to be the future of work, and why it's so important for conscious leaders to invest in this type of position. So Forbes magazine recently published an article called The Rise of the Chief Wellbeing Officer. And the author, Colleen Riley, talks about why she believes that companies should prioritize the well-being or the wellness of their employees and actually promote it to the point of the C-level, which is Chief Executive Officer, Chief Financial Officer, the C-suite, as it's known. We need to have someone there advocating for the wellness of employees. And so Colleen talks about why this is so important, and she has a lot of background in this. It's a really fascinating article, and I hope that you'll check it out. I personally agree. I think this is the future. I think that conscious leaders who are creating conscious companies want to focus on their employees holistically, not just on a paycheck and some health insurance and maybe a membership at a gym or whatever the equivalent is post-pandemic, but also focusing on them holistically. And in the article, Colleen talks about they've done a lot of research and science and studied the science on this. And when people have passion and purpose in the work that they do, they're much happier. And when you're happier, you're healthier. So it's an important thing to look at the science behind this, that it's not just about a paycheck. It's also about holistically helping an individual thrive. One thing that I would like to add to this concept is, in addition to a chief wellness officer or a chief well-being officer, which I believe is beyond the usual HR, human resources, that we typically see in a company. I think we need to have something like this, the chief well-being, chief wellness officer. I think we also need to look at deliberately developmental organizations, which is something I've talked about in the past. I'm a huge fan of the book An Everyone Culture that focuses on how to build a deliberately developmental culture or organization. And it's all about infusing coaching into the organization, flattening it, not having as much hierarchy, but infusing coaching into everything that happens so that you're looking at a person holistically, not just at certain performances or certain metrics or getting a raise or getting a promotion, something like that, but looking at the employees and holistically, how are they developing? How are they growing? How can you be coaching them to more success? So I think this is a great idea. I think this is the future. I think we do need this, to have more of these chief wellness type officers, people who come to work every day totally focused on how can we make this an awesome place, not just to work, but to thrive. It's going to put you on the cutting edge as the job market gets more competitive in the future, which it will eventually get back to that place. I think that this is the kind of thing that's going to put conscious leaders on the map. Having a conscious company that focuses on the overall whole well-being of someone, not just having a ping pong table or some beer steins or anything like that, or beer kegs, but actually having, looking at someone and helping them figure out, how can I be the best version of myself? How can I really bring my whole self to work, and also not compartmentalizing so much. So many people are good at compartmentalizing and thinking, well, when I get in the front door at work, I'm just going to leave all that stuff behind that I've been dealing with at home, unhappiness, something like that. But when you think about it, we're not really made to compartmentalize. We don't do it very well. The analogy I use is taking a few of your fingers and sticking them in your ribs and then trying to talk about something that you're interested in for, 30 seconds to a minute. Try it. It's not easy. You'll suddenly feel that you're inhibited, that you can't really engage the energy that you want to have. It's a great exercise to show that when you walk in the door and you have those fingers like poking in your rib, they're still there throughout the day. You're still going to feel that. So by serving people well and knowing that they are happy and well and getting everything that they need, mentally, emotionally, having their needs taken care of, they're going to show up better. So I think this is, like I said, the future of the workplace, is having some type of a chief wellness or chief well-being type officer. I think that in addition to this, it's still important to have things like individual coaches come in. Obviously, I do coaching. I highly recommend it. Still doing things like offsite retreats, expanding the awareness and consciousness of your employees. But again, any way that you can start integrating these concepts into the day-to-day work of your company, it's really going to put you on the cutting edge and help you build a more conscious company. And I am all about raising the consciousness of the world because I think it is going to bring more health and prosperity and overall well-being for the entire world. So I hope you enjoyed this topic. You can go check it out at my Substack. It is meredithturney.substack.com. Or you can go to my website, meredithturney.com. And I'd love to talk to you more about these concepts. If this is something that you want for your team, if it's something that you want for yourself, you feel like, hey, I want to take care of my own well-being. I want to take care of my own wellness. And then I want to expand this out to my team. Let's talk more about that. It's something that is so important to every single human being, that we're reaching our potential and that we are raising our consciousness. So I hope that you will work happy, live happy, be happy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.